Alright, how you going, Commanders? And yeah, welcome back to my channel. And if you're new here, yeah, guys, welcome and cheers for checking out one of my videos. Today I want to talk about the incredible journey, guys, that I've had in the last 7 months. And a couple of my adventures, let's put it that way, in Elite Dangerous Odyssey. About 7 months ago, I made my first impression video, which was me just playing through the tutorial of Odyssey, coming across over from a console transfer process guy. Like I come from consoles, guys, and I built myself a kind of like a cockpit, I guess you could say, kind of like a half kind of cockpit thing to play the space games that I like, as well as some flight simulators, and going from console with a controller to all of the joysticks and throttles and all this sort of stuff was a little bit overwhelming for me, but I've truly had an amazing time over the last 7 months. And this is like a follow-on from that other video, which was just, again, it was just me playing the tutorial and my first impressions on Odyssey. And my first impressions back then were quite good. The scale surprised me. The feeling of scale, seeing ships from the on-foot perspective, was very new to me, and even still to this day, that is one of my favorite things with Odyssey, is the feeling you get from that, like walking through the hangar and then getting into your ship. Even though you don't get into your ship like you do in Star Citizen and all that sort of shit, you kind of teleport in and out. Still being able to be on foot is it's a welcome addition for me, guys, and I truly do enjoy getting out of my ship in Elite Dangerous Odyssey. Yeah, so anyway, guys, before we dive right in, I must just address like one of the topics that has been on my mind lately. It's such a shame that console games don't get to experience the immersion, the proper immersion of Elite Dangerous, which is this on-foot stuff, guys. The scale, it kind of makes me a little bit sad, you know what I mean? Because it truly does add a new dimension to the game, especially to exploration. Like, I've been on a couple of exploration trips, had a great time being alone in the black, but being able to get out, scan plants, and just walk around and just see your ship. It enhances, and it enhanced my overall experience. Like doing the same trip on Horizons on the console, I don't even want to think about it, you know what I mean? So yeah, it's kind of sad to me that consoles are never going to get a shot, you know what I mean? And at least, like, I am glad that Elite gave some of us this chance, you know what I mean? I truly am, but I also still feel extremely sorry for those other people, because there was a massive group of players that were on console and they were promised Odyssey, and there's no reason to me why Odyssey won't run on the new generation of consoles. Like, the consoles are sick, guys. They run games extremely well. I can't see why it wouldn't work. They just stopped development or trying, or whatever that'll happen, but it is what it is. But I just wanted to get that off my chest. I really do feel for these players, you know what I mean, guys? But yeah, guys, in the last 7 months, so what have I done in the game? Like, well, to put it bluntly, I've had a couple of unbelievable, unforgettable voyages, let's just put it that way. Like, I've been on a couple of trips. I had never been much into exploration before this. I hadn't really dabbled much into it at all, just around the bubble, shit like that. Never really went out too far, and if I did, it was out to, the Guardian sites, or it was, just things like that, guys, But in Odyssey, I've actually made a trip to Colonia and back, which I was very, I kind of followed my, the leader of the squadron out there. He was going out there to unlock some engineers, and he was doing exploration, exploring on his way there, and it's just kind of triggered something in my brain. I had nothing to do at the time. Grabbed my exploration ship, which was it was actually a Type 10 at the time, and I actually followed him to Colonia, and I only went there and back. I didn't really do too much. I tried to do it as quickly as I could, as well. I also explored as well, but I just wanted to do it just to say that I did it, sort of thing. So that was a good trip, and exploring the breathtaking sights along the way. say, is what exploration's all about to me. And that particular trip, it sort of triggered something in me. Like it gave me the exploration bug. I couldn't get it out of my head when I returned. I returned to the bubble, started doing some share like I normally do. But it was only after a couple of weeks of being back, and I was doing some mining, and I was doing this, and I was doing some trading runs and building up my credits, and I couldn't get it out of my head. I really wanted to go back out there again, and so the trip to the cannoli kind of triggered the inner explorer into me, and now I can't stop. Like I'm already planning another trip right now. But the other journey that I made, guys, was to the center. I went to the center of the galaxy. I went to Sagittarius A star. I visited that. Now that was truly awe-inspiring, guys. Like from a computer game, what an awesome milestone for myself, and an incredible, like, the fact that I've done this in a game, and the feeling I had while I was making that trip too. I was so far away from home, and no other title out there, guys, seriously, there's no other game out there makes you feel like that, makes you feel like, holy shit, I'm actually that far away. You're exploring, you're building up all your data. You can't die. I actually died on that trip too, guys. Lost 2 weeks and millions and millions, probably nearly close to $1 billion in scan data. Everything. I flew my anaconda upside down to the side of a mountain 2 weeks into that journey, guys, and lost everything. But I sort of sucked it in and then kept going. It was an amazing trip, guys, and something that I still can't get out of my head. Like, it's, you know what I mean, the feeling of being out there, being alone in the black, is a feeling that I think everyone in Elite needs to experience. Like, exploring isn't for everyone, I guess. Like, everyone plays Elite Dangerous differently, but I never thought that I'd be an explorer either, and now I consider myself one. It's like probably the main thing, that my favourite part about the entire game of Elite Dangerous is probably exploration now. It is, like, literally, it is my favourite, I think. It's just some of the sights were just so spectacular, beautiful. Some of there are areas in the game that no one else has ever seen. You're the only one that's seen them, and you're the only one that's been there, and you're probably the only one that ever will be there. And some of those places that you pass and that you experience it, and it's a personal thing, you know what I mean? It's for you, and I really enjoy that, guys. Anyway, so that's another milestone that I've done in the last 7 months. However, I haven't done much on foot stuff at all. Actually, I haven't really done any, guys. Like, I haven't done any on foot, like, combat stuff. I haven't done any of the missions. One of the things after the tutorial, one of the things I wasn't very happy with was the combat, on foot combat. It seemed very half-assed to me. The people don't move properly. It just seemed really strange. It was like the AI was bad, and it was just like, it didn't fit. It didn't feel like really like Elite at all. And there's issues with Elite 2, guys, with graphics and jagged edges and anti-analyzing, whatever it's called, or whatever. It's always suffered from that, and it's especially bad on combat, guys, down on the planet surfaces and all that. So I haven't really dabbled into that at all. Still, after 7 months, I still haven't done the main thing what I guess Frontier kind of wants you to do, which is do the on-foot stuff. I haven't even upgraded any of my suits. My suits are base level 1 suits. Like, I don't have any. I haven't gotten anything. I haven't upgraded anything. I haven't done any of that on foot. The only on-foot stuff I do is getting out of my ship or walking to my ship in a hangar or something like that, or while I explore and I go, like, scan some plants and all that sort of stuff. Guys, so, like, in the last 7 months as well, one of the main milestones is gaining my fleet carrier. I didn't only get fleet carrier status, I actually purchased my fleet carrier, and guys, it's something that I've wanted for a long time, and it's something that I didn't think I would get for a long time too. I done a grinding for me in Elite is something it just takes me ages. Like, for instance, I need weapons for my Thargoid ships and I want to get these Guardian weapons, right? I wanted the shard cannons. I want to try and build a an instant kill ship, because I've noticed that other people are doing that, and I struggle with Thargoid combat with the other ships that I've built, and I thought I'll just build one of them and just annihilate them close range sort of thing and give that a go. But to unlock the shard cannons, I had to go out to the sites and get all the weapon fragments and all this sort of shit and kind of farm these sites. A lot of players, they go out there, they stay there for a few days, they park their carrier out there if they've got one. If not, they just go out there and stay, and they farm it till they get the materials they want. I struggle with this in Elite Dangerous, guys. I still grind, yes, because the whole game is a grind, but I struggle with the grind. Like I can't do it. Like even while I'm mining, if I get sick of mining, guys, and I've had enough, I leave the asteroid belt, you know what I mean? I go. And I play the game of Elite. I don't like doing things that I don't like, so going out to those sites I do a little bit of grinding for a bit, you know, a couple of hours out there, and then that's it for me. I fly back. Like, I don't stay there. There's other stuff in this game that I do that I enjoy that I have to continuously do each day, and it sort of just hits me sometimes. I want to do this or I want to do that. You know, I might go do one trading run just to break up stuff. I might go out here and mine some shit. I might go for this material. I might go for that material. I might, go do that guardian thing there but it's a very slow process, me gaining all of the things that I'm meant to gain, that other people will probably do a lot quicker. And it's the same with the fleet carrier. Like, the reason I always sat around, I got up to 1 billion credits through just trading mainly and mining, but once I got to that and buying ships and upgrading them, and I always sort of stayed around 1 million credits for a very long time. And how I got how I actually got my fleet carrier was I actually did a grind that to me wasn't unbearable, guys. It was the Billionaires Boulevard grind is what I done. I learned about that, and it felt like I was exploring. It wasn't like I was just grinding out. And these plants that you scan, if you follow this list, were worth so much money. I think I made about 3.5 billion credits just over a couple of weeks, and I was only doing it in tiny little stages, guys. So yeah, I'm really happy I done that, because it'll be 2 years, another 2 years of playing this game before I would even get a fleet carrier. I might not have even ever got one if I had. I kind of owe it to that whoever done that list, and it was such an easy grind to do, because it wasn't, you know what I mean, it wasn't soul crushing, guys, sort of thing. So yeah, I've done that in the last 7 months as well. And being a commander in Elite Dangerous is nothing short of amazing. I mean, most of the time, the slow progress that you make, and you're never done. Like, no matter how much you do, you're still not where you should be. Like, the grind is insane, but I truly love the way the game's structured. I can see myself still playing this game even for years to come, and you kind of make your own story. You kind of make your own, as you enjoy the vastness of space, and it might be the thrill of exploration that you personally enjoy, or the combat in this game is truly amazing. The Thargoid war that's happening right now, I've been starting to sort of contribute into that a lot more too, guys, sort of thing. So I can't really go on my another exploration trip because I've got so much to do, and I'm planning on fighting the Thargoids, getting better at combat. I'm also going to change my setup soon, hopefully, and go from using throttle and stick to a dual stick configuration and try that, and then maybe even sort of dabble into the flight assist off stuff and completely change the way I fly my spacecraft, because the way I've got my setup right now is so I can also fly flight simulators as well. So I've got like a yoke in front of me, and I've got I've got like one of these Thrustmaster Warthogs as my actual flight stick, and the throttle of that is on my left side. I'm using that. But for space games, it's hard. Like when I flick flight assist off, and I've been trying to practice with it, I've got to use like little buttons to do the thrusters and all that on my left hand on the throttle. It's quite difficult. It's very unco. It's just not it's just not a good way to control it. It's actually kind of impossible for me actually to control it. So once I change my setup, there's a lot that I'm still going to do in the game of Elite Dangerous. And guys, I've been having an amazing time. I've been having a blast, and I keep coming back for more in this game. I don't stop. I can't stop. It consumes me. Sometimes when I'm laying there at night and I'm going to sleep, I fucking think about this game. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I've got my carrier now, guys. I'm planning on taking my fleet carrier out on a massive exploration journey at the end of this year. I'm going to be gone for months. Like, I'm not going to be back to the bubble for a long time. I'm going away. I'm going to be alone for a long time out there, but I'm taking my carrier with me, and I'm going to explore. I'm going to prospect out in the black, mining some mining areas. I'm going to mine while I'm out there. I'm going to mine my tritium for my fuel. I'm going to be out for a long time and just leave, and that's what I'm planning to do, but I can't. Elite's got a lot of things still problems as well, guys, you know what I mean? Like, I'm getting lots of crashes. Like, this is one of the negatives that I'm getting into now, is the crashes that I'm experiencing lately in the game, even more so than I was before, are making that trip impossible, guys, because I'm getting crashes. My game is crashing when I'm trying to land on a planet, and it sometimes is happening on every planet that I try and attempt to land on. I come out of the glide, when coming into land on a planet, and then my game crashes. It happens so regularly now. I'm not sure why it's happening, but it truly is immersion breaking. It's starting to piss me off, and it's kind of put my my exploration trip that I've been trying to plan and get ready for. I've kind of put that to the side for now, because there's something wrong with the game, and I can't have that happening while I'm out there all the time. Like, I just can't deal with that. So there's that, guys, you know what I mean? So hopefully they fix it with more updates and all this sort of shit. I would like to think that because I mean, this happens to a lot of other people too. It's well known that Elite Dangerous Odyssey still suffers from occasional crashes, but I would go as far as to say it's not occasional crashes. Like, for me, they're regular. And when you're landing on planets, you can't have this shit happening, guys, you know what I mean? So there's that. It's extremely frustrating, but I do have hopes that the development team is working to address these sort of issues, but I doubt it, guys. They've got, I just Frontier Developments, I don't have much hope that that's what they're actually doing, if they even are reading the bug reports that people send in, the crash reports or whatever. Is it even happening, or are they just turning a blind eye to it? But anyway, guys, you know what I mean? I do remain hopeful for a smoother experience in the future. I do remain hopeful, but it kind of is what it is, and this is FDev that we're talking about. Well, it's true. It is true. Well, guys, I suppose that brings us to the end of today's video. If you have stuck around through this, it's a pretty long one. I do really appreciate you taking the time to watch my video and listen to me talk a little bit of shit. I truly love this game, and what an incredible personal journey it has been for me, and every other commander out there. I bet you they go through the same sort of mindset as me. Like, they have ups and they have downs in this game, but especially the explorers out there, it's the visuals in this game are simply breathtaking. Like, there are even in a simple mining run, you can find like, for instance, what you're seeing on the screen right now. I went out and prospected a new area. There's areas like this are visually stunning. They truly are. The light, how it reflects off all the asteroids in the asteroid belt. This beautiful gas giant next to you as you're you know, slowly working your way through the asteroid belts, the sun, you know, glistening through all the dust, and this particular star is a Class B, I think. It's one of those. It's one of my favourites of the stars like this that are like blue. Blue and white sort of spectrums, I think they are, and it just always creates it. Even if you're on a planet, you've got one of these stars near it. It always, I love the blues and the purples and everything in Elite Dangerous. It looks truly magnificent, and yeah, even just mining, you come across amazing sights in this game, and it makes mining very relaxing and therapeutic, and I always finish my play sessions in Elite feeling incredibly happy. I'm never too frustrated. With the technical issues I am, but the actual game itself, when it works, is this game's amazing, guys, you know what I mean? I really love the Thargoid encounters. I love the Thargoid War. I love the slow trickle feeding of that they've been done with the lore, and the whole way the game is structured is in a very immersive experience. The fact that you could choose to go out and explore the galaxy. I know it's empty, isn't it? Like from real players out there and all that, but make some of these trips, guys, that I've been on are just, you know, they're personal to me, and you know, I wouldn't have it any other way, guys. I love being out in the black, being alone. I also love fighting. I love, you know, engaging in the intense dogfights in this game with the NPCs. I don't usually do player-versus-player combat unless I'm running, and I usually get, you know, when I get ganked, guys, I get ganked. That's it. I don't cry about it though, guys. I respect everyone's right to play the game however they want to play it, and you know, at the end of the day, guys, it doesn't happen all that often. And Odyssey, Elite Dangerous Odyssey, it never fails to deliver an adrenaline rush in those circumstances, and there truly is no other game like it, guys. There's no other game like Elite, and I just really have a blast every time I play this game. So we're going to end the video there, guys. Thanks a lot for taking the time to watch my video. Fly safe, Commanders, and catch us on the next one.